So when you're a kid and you put paint in the middle of paper and you close it and open it up and it makes like a butterfly. That's exactly what a little bit of a sharp splat does in the middle of the cheeks.
You got butterfly butt cheeks.
Countdown on the clock again. Feel like I'm playing in a game that I can never win. Time is running out, I know I gotta make a choice. So many whispers in my ear that I can't hear my voice. Tell me, will it end the situation that I'm in? Or am I bound to settle?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loot Bros Podcast. I'm your host, Residentdarrell, and alongside me, I got the T-Bird. We got Frosty.
Catch me inside. How about that?
Holy crap, we have a ghost. We got Simple Josh.
Sashi. That's my thing.
Wow, I honestly thought you weren't going to make it, Josh. So how are you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. Good. Kind of sweaty because my room is hot for some reason. And I'm actually sipping on a Dr. Pepper for some reason. So, these things happen.
So you're kind of sweaty. You've been watching Cops?
Oh, Cops doesn't come on till 4.
Oh, got him. Hey, Tanner, Frosty, how y'all doing tonight?
I'm good, man. I'm doing good.
I'm here.
My throat kind of hurts. My head's been hurting.
Rona.
I haven't really had a cough or anything. My Audi has been an innie.
Hey, that's my line.
You have the
It's a good line. All good lines get stolen, Darrell.
Yeah, well, let me tell you the origin of that line. So whenever my wife passes the gas, I always tell her, well, you took my Audi and you turned it into an innie.
Usually during sex. Instant transformation.
I just thought of a story.
This isn't even my final form.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's start today's show off proper. We are going to toast. I hear him in the background raising the hails. We're going to start this week's toast to the greatest movie in all of superhero history, 4 years with Batman versus Superman.
There was a time above, a time before. There were perfect things, diamond absolutes. Things fall, things on earth. And what falls is fallen.
I just want to say that Batman vs. Superman is still, to this day, my favorite superhero movie. Ben Affleck is by far the greatest Batman. Henry Cavill is the greatest Superman. And I watch that movie, I'm not kidding, weekly. I listen to the soundtrack at work. It is by far the absolute one of the greatest things I've ever seen. And yeah, the movie's got flaws, but for all the other things it does great, it just shines so far above those flaws. And when I do my 200th platinum run, I will be using the Batfleck suit in Arkham Knight.
Batfleck. So I have my $30 big size Batfleck sitting beside me, and he has his hands out holding a steel book.
Bragger, he's dropping dollar amounts, he's dropping prices.
He was $30. Wasn't the best decision at the time, but I like him now.
What do you mean? That was a great decision.
I bought that actually just because we did that Batman episode like 4 or 5 years ago. Oh, it had to be 4 years ago.
Yep, back when you used to come to the show at least once a month.
At least once a month. Dude, I didn't even. I'm surprised I even have time to be on my laptop right now because Jordan, dude, she's been freaking playing Sims like crazy. I can't keep her out of the room.
Yeah, we were going to actually employ her to fill your spot because she's obviously more reliable than you are.
She's been, dude. So I'm the only one that's been going to work, and she's been at the house going crazy, like super like crazy. So she has all the time.
She's like, she's wearing one of your shirts. She's had it on for like a week. Cheeto stains all over it. Starting to get a little gamer good.
She's surrounded by poop socks
everywhere.
She's got just knee deep in dooskies
and dunkless.
Real talk, we got to do a Dooski episode. Dooski and Tony Hawk. I'm freaking down.
I am down. I saw a video today of Tony Hawk jumping some makeshift ramp they made. He jumped. And I don't know if it's an older video or what. I was like, this dude's out here to coronavirus.
You don't give a F, dude.
At like 50 years old, skateboarding.
He's ollieing over the coronavirus.
Like, just like the,
like the haters.
Still skating like he's in his prime. I'm having trouble getting out of bed.
Dude.
All right. What are you going to say, Josh?
I was just going to plug in real quick. So I bought The Sims. And I didn't realize The Sims, the Sims 4 was... I know nothing about The Sims, by the way, but The Sims 4 was on sale for like $7.99, but I bought Sims 3 for $20. Like, what the F? And so...
Arguably...
Well, anyway, yeah, I mean, I bought it, and she was talking about throwing around the idea. I was like, yes, yeah, I'll buy it if it'll give you something to do. Dude, literally, she's put like 16 hours in, if not more already. Like, seriously, she's done built like 2 different worlds. Like, she lived the whole life yesterday. She got on, made characters. She became the mayor and then the governor and then, like, whatever else. Dude,
Governor.
She lived the whole life. Me and her both got old and died, like, all day. I got home and we were all old. So my laptop has been up, and she'll pause the world and go around, like do something, like grab something to eat, and come right back in here. I got to check on my characters. I got to make sure we're not dead yet. Like, oh my God. Like, this is...
John, in that whole lifetime, you recorded 3 times.
Yeah, dude.
God,
so,
dog.
In the first world, me and her adopted a son, and he remained bald his entire life. But we adopted... Darrell. But we adopted a son, and... She forgot to get him something for his first birthday, and so that made him special. Like, it turned him into a mental like kid. I'm dead serious. She was like, dang it. She said, dang it, I forgot to get him a present. So now we can't pick a character trait for him, so he's like hopeless. And so I'm dead serious, bro. Like, we were trying to, like, we would be inside the house, and he would be walking around outside at night, walking around the house. And then so eventually he got so annoying, we had to put his bed outside, so he would go outside and sleep in his bed. It was freaking awful, dude. Like, that world just was depressing. And we lived in a trailer park, and I had a mullet. Like, the whole thing was kind of depressing. Like, so she had to make a new world. That's what we've been doing.
Like, how are you, Jordan? Oh, I'm fine. I forgot to give my son a gift on his first birthday. Now he has the big talents.
He did. I promise. Like, the dude was like crazy. He wouldn't stop walking around the house at night. And like, he got exhausted because we wasn't feeding him, and he stayed up all night. It was just annoying.
Oh my gosh, this is getting worse.
In this sick little virtual reality world that that Jordan has been able to concoct. She gets a special needs child, puts him outside.
Yeah, he was living outside.
And it gets so bad that she just starts a new game.
Yeah, she said she got fed up with it.
She's like, nope, delete.
All
yeah,
right. So that's what we've been doing in this quarantine.
Jeez, well.
I know people that do that in real life. You know what I mean?
Well, All right. Well, this is the Loot Bros podcast. this is your general video gaming special needs child neglect in Sims only podcast.
Just get him a present.
Oh my god, that's the moral of the story. Get a freaking present.
His next birthday came around and I looked at her because it popped up with a birthday cake on the screen. I'm like, after you leave your virtual work, go get him a freaking present, dude.
All right, well, I was going to ask, what you guys have been playing. Josh, clearly you guys have been playing the game of life and ruining it. Is there anything else you guys have been playing?
I can't even do it virtually.
Josh is like, life is hard in real life and in Sims. I can't do anything right. But anyways, have you been playing anything else, Josh?
Yeah, I've been playing Warzone. It's in the new the Modern Warfare game. Warzone came out. It's got the Battle Royale in it, and this other game mode called Plunder. Basically, it's like a huge open world map, and you drop down, and you basically have to collect $1 million with your group. Like, you got a group of 3. And whoever gets $1 million first wins the game. But there's like over 100 players on the map, and there's like stashes of money everywhere throughout the map. And if somebody kills you, they take your money. It's a really, really cool game. But
yeah,
let's see.
Me and my son have been playing it. It's a good game mode. Before you get too far, I wanted to mention that while you were playing Plunder, I was getting a trophy. Continue.
Okay. So, like yesterday, I played Plunder for about probably 6 hours, dude, because Jordan was on the laptop playing Sims. That's another good thing. While she's on Sims, she literally doesn't do anything else. So I was just sit in the room beside her and play video games. So actually, it's like I look over, she's got the headphones on playing. I'm like, man, you couldn't ask for a better life, huh? Yeah, so Plunder's been pretty good to me.
Living your best life. What that mean?
What that mean? But that's pretty much all I've been playing.
There we go, did I?
Yeah, that's good.
All right,
that
Frosty,
good.
what have you been playing?
Not Magic, because all the stores are closed.
Thank the Lord.
I've been bamboozled. Actually, I have some buddies from my play group. You were talking about John Michael. John Michael's actually recently started playing Magic with us. So I talked to him a while back. I don't know if I already mentioned that, but he I forget how it happened, but we were talking online, and I was like, yeah, I've been getting into Magic lately. He's like, I've always wanted to try that. I was like, yeah, you should. Now that dude's like balls deep in it. I was like, hooks are in you. So a couple of friends from our play group have started playing on Discord, like video chat to play, which is kind of cool. But it kind of sucks at the same time because it's just much more fun to go and meet up and do it. Other than that, no video games. No video games for this guy. I need to get back into Devil May Cry. I'll probably do that this week. Because even though my work is technically considered essential, we're essential employees. Plumbers are, I guess. So I have to work. But since I was sick today, my boss was like, hey, you need to take a couple days off just to be safe. So I'll probably take that time and play some games. So hopefully finish Devil May Cry 5 and jump back into something else like Ni no Kuni. When does Resident Evil 3 come out?
April 3rd, a week from today.
I still haven't played the demo. I need to do that too.
Yep, I am a little disappointed, but it's okay.
You're disappointed in the demo?
No, and you, but it's okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
All right, T-Bird, what you been playing?
Well, I've been playing Doom. I'm literally at the final boss, and I was going to play it while we were doing the podcast, but I died, so I'm mad. It's
Gets
not
them every
fair.
time.
It's unfair. I hate this game, and it's stupid platforming parts, and there's stupid mini bosses that are almost unkillable because of stupid timings, and yeah,
It's all stupid.
pretty. And yes, yeah.
It's not
that-
stupid, it's just misunderstood.
No, I like the game. It's just there's a particular enemy that's a real pain that they like to kind of throw in the middle of a big chaotic fight, which is also very hard to kill him because he counters everything you do.
That's vintage Doom.
He's stupid, and I hate him.
It's like on Waterboy when the coach is on the phone. He's wearing the high heels. And he's like, I hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
I've had moments like that.
Does your character have that?
Like I've legit
Character have
died.
that syndrome too?
Yes, I've legit like died to that guy, like to that particular demon several times, and I've like almost thrown my mouse against the wall. It's so dumb. But I also started playing Spider-Man. I'm only a couple hours into that, and that game's a lot of fun.
Oh, this is your first playthrough?
Yep.
It's really good.
Yeah, I might go for the platinum. Just depends on what all I have left to do at the end of the game. So.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. That's a good game. I liked it a lot. I enjoyed that platinum. I enjoyed playing through that game, and the DLC is great too.
Yeah.
And the suits that you unlock do more than just for aesthetics. Like
no,
they actually have their own abilities and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I noticed that. I got the God, what is it? I don't want the white one with the black eyes on it.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
So
Awesome.
I like the punk rocker one. That one was dope.
I don't think I've unlocked that one yet, or have access to see it.
You should have gotten a few extra ones, like just that have released since the game came out.
Yeah, yeah.
So like the Sam
the
Raimi
Toby-
suit, and Toby's suits and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. I kind of want to
Anything
get
else?
I played a small bit, just tip of Wanky Simulator. I want to save it for next week when I actually put more time into it. Okay.
It takes time.
Yeah, the folks on Discord are jonesing for your review of Wanking Simulator. So
Yeah, and if
This
you saw
system's
my
not gonna wank itself.
Was be in the PD Diaries DLC.
hey, look, man, Josh, you've been gone for so long. The PD Diaries has been retired, and someone actually made a game about life living in the PD Diaries.
Yeah, except if you're angry man because they took your house and you start beating it and ejaculating on people and killing them with your semen.
Except you shoot fire semen, you have no penis, and you can jump really high, and you're like on speed.
It's like
That
Goat
sounds
Simulator,
incredible.
but it's like Goat Simulator, but you're a guy running around in first person making the wanking motion in front of himself with this weird noise in the background.
You stick around a few minutes after the show.
Holy
Taryn
crap.
can show you.
Yeah, I'll hop in Discord and I'll show you, Josh.
Oh no, I am good. I am okay.
No,
No,
you're
it
gonna
doesn't
watch
actually.
Wank.
It doesn't actually.
It's just Tanner sitting there with his webcam. Gotcha.
That's what I was thinking. I
Got
don't want to
him.
watch that.
He's like, I'll pull it up for you, big boy.
Put my
Yeah,
dunkless
I'll
out.
watch anyways.
That is amazing. All right. Well, before I get into what I've been playing, I got another trophy. All right. So
That's the
I
sad
am-
stuff.
it was. So more like dub skip. So I am currently playing a game called Vociferous.
It's not a real word.
Got him.
Syphilis.
I don't like it. It's a really neat art style. It's a review game I got. It's kind of boring. kind of cool looking, but just not really digging it. It's kind of slow and yeah, it's giving me the syphilis. So I'll have more to say about that one later, but I just kind of chipping around with it. This week I completed Gears of War Judgment, and it is better than Gears of War 4. I know Gears Judgment got a lot of crap for being not such a great game, and I got to say the story's really good. The way they shoehorn like chapter ends with like they put Horde in it. I really remember having a problem with it the first time I played the game, or when I started the game a few years ago. But now that I've played Gears 4 and they continued with that, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's not so bad anymore. So the story of Gears Judgment is way better than the story of Gears 4. So I liked it. And then I've been playing a little bit of Monster Hunter Worlds with my son. I've been getting up in the morning and slaying some dinosaurs. I'll probably be playing that game for the rest of my life because it's super long, super slow.
That game got so annoying for me.
Well, I cannot see a world where you would play that game, Josh.
I bought it when it came out, and I played. I put some time into it, but it was just boring after a while.
You can't play that game by yourself. Like, I've tried. Like, I don't know. Every time I try to sit down and play the game myself to like grind out for armor and stuff, it just got so boring. I jump in a group of people, like I had a blast. Like,
it really is a game just built to play with people.
Yeah.
Maybe I just need to start playing with my friends.
Yeah, about that. So next game, I've been playing some NASCAR Heat 3 on PS Now. I've been really jonesing for a good racing game, and I don't know. I haven't played a NASCAR game since like NASCAR 2000 on the PC. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to play some NASCAR Heat 3. I made it through a couple of the dirt tracks in the beginning. Not digging it right now. I think it'll be better once I can actually play on the actual tracks. I don't really care for the dirt tracks too much. But either way, I've been playing through that a little bit. I platinum for number 198, a little space shooter called Red Death. It's not a bad little game. It's got a neat little art style. I really dig my little space shooters. But that was a quick and easy. While I was editing the shows last week, I was kind of chipping away at that one, got my platinum. And then I finished Vanquish. Vanquish, I can't say enough good things about. Such a good game. Only takes about 6.5 or so, 7 hours to beat the game. But it's 6.5, 7 hours of nonstop action, no fluff, no BS, just balls to the wall, shooting, blowing stuff up. Super fun game. Very nonsensical. The story's kind of stupid. The Solid Snake ripoff of the main character is awesome. He just smokes cigarettes and shoots stuff with his guns, and it's fun. It's pimping good time.
Pimping good time.
And the last game I'm bringing to the table tonight would be Twin Breaker. This is a brick breaker. It is a game made by the former host of Podcast Beyond and PS I Love You, who now is the host of Sacred Symbols. Him and his co-host, they have a game called Twin Breaker. It came out this week. It's a really, really good game. I don't necessarily care so much for the story stuff. It's a lot of writing, a lot of reading about things that don't really matter. But as far as a brick breaker goes, it's fun. And it really does some things that I've never experienced before in some brick breakers. Whereas you start off at the bottom, kind of just navigating your little bar, and it's a twin stick brick breaker, obviously twin breakers. And then it flips it on its head and you're playing Pong style. And then it really flips things up and you get 4 different brick breakers you have to control. One on each side like Pong, and then 2 at the bottom like a traditional brick breaker. It's really good. It's a little challenging at times, can be a little frustrating, but I really enjoy the game. I've been playing on my Vita, laying in bed at night, just watching trash TV with my wife, popping trophies and breaking bricks.
Tiger King.
Absolutely not.
That junk is crazy.
No,
I have
doing
not. I have not watched it.
No.
I heard about it on the radio,
Dude,
on the Ace and
watch
TJ
it.
show, and then like the next day, I'm seeing memes everywhere. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, I mean, everyone's quarantined. What are you gonna do? You're gonna watch Netflix?
Right, exactly.
Watch it, dude. It's watch it. You can't explain it. You gotta just watch it.
I don't want to watch it.
It's actually it's
No.
very interesting, dude. Very interesting.
No, I will hard pass on that trash.
Why? Did your wife watch it?
She offered to watch it, and I offered to punch her in the face.
Either way, with bliss.
Now, if you want to see Jeff Pearson, rest in peace, with a mullet and 2 husbands selling meth while watching animals in a zoo
And a tiger.
and with a tiger, then that's your jam right there.
See, that's what it appears, but there's actually a lot more that happens. As far as like, yeah, you just have to watch it, dude. It's actually pretty good.
I will pass, my friend.
Would you rather play trash-free games?
Yes, all day long.
What if
That's
what
cool.
if Tiger King? What if watching Tiger King would grant you a platinum trophy? Would you watch it?
Yes.
Look, I do a lot of questionable things for platinum trophies.
Tiger Dunkless.
It is possible. I wouldn't put it past me. I would put it past myself.
I would have passed myself.
So, all right. So, you guys got anything else you want to talk about game wise before we get into the leaderboards? All right. Well, let's head over to the Loot Bros leaderboards, starting off with the TrueTrophies.com leaderboard. In first place, as per usual, Affectatious Donk, 155 trophies. Residentdarrell in second place with 54 trophies. And then Mr. TMNT 84 with 37 trophies. That's been the same kind of lineup for a while. I am noticing a pattern. And old Tricky Mick, the one-eyed bandit himself, is just trickling down the list. Farther and farther to the bottom.
Trickling Mick.
Yep, old Tricky Mick. And then if you head on over to trueachievements.com, the Loot Bros podcast. Yeah, good God almighty. In first place, we have Gwen's Candle with 1,300 achievement points.
A hero could save
Nice.
us.
And what's awesome is Gwen's Candle's latest achievement is called Put to Bed, the Grand Tour. I'm not kidding, dude. This is like Gwen's Candle is gold. Then in second place is JDI Master Ace with 605 trophies. And then in third place is Magic Zach Ledford with 295 achievements. Not bad,
Magic Zach.
boys. Not bad. Old Dump Liquor just traveling farther and farther down the list. I'm a little disappointed, my friend.
All he does is play Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he's a Minecraft fan. It's a good game. He played a little bit of 2K
He's a
this
crafter.
week, so he got some. He slammed some dunks. He made some baskets. Got some achievements that way. So if you're interested in being our leaderboards, all you gotta do is go to trueachievements.com, truetrophies.com, set yourself up a little profile, and then join the Loot Bros podcast. And then any trophies and achievements you accumulate over the past 7 days from the time we record will be read out on the show. And hey, if you make it to the top 3, you get shout out on the show. You guys ready to head on over to community questions?
Let's do it.
Why
All right,
not?
Frosty.
Yes.
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 Okay, brother.
Yes, Queen. Our first question comes to us from the Facebook group. Zach Cheney asks, what are some things you just don't understand in the gaming community?
Can I go first?
Please.
The only thing I can't understand is why we don't have a Ghost 2.
I second
Because
that.
it's trash.
You watch your filthy whore mouth.
I just don't understand how, like, that's still a conversation. Like, it's great. It's a great game.
We're gonna keep it alive, and maybe if we petition, it'll happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen eventually. Like
No, it's never going to happen.
just due to the cycle of how Call of Duty just never dies. Like we're gonna get a ghost eventually.
Well,
the dog's gonna be on there, looking better than ever.
I'm pretty sure that dog died.
in 8K.
An 8K.
An 8K, 8K dog fur.
It would be beautiful.
Hey, you know what? I got a trophy. As far as something that I don't understand with the gaming community is, well, literally why people complain so much about the hobby they love. Like it's
because they care about it so much.
It's just not even being critical or having constructive criticism. It's just people complain about everything. They complain about the games. They complain about the games they don't have. They complain about the game's complete, the game's incomplete, the games are long, the games are hard, the games are not enough. It's just constantly. And it's like, oh my God, the developer crunched so hard. They worked so hard. The developers are taking shortcuts and they're just not doing enough. I mean, it's just literally nonstop complaining about this hobby that people love so much. I just don't understand.
What about the haters that dump on other people for liking specific games?
Don't understand that either.
Mm-hmm.
Why hasn't consoles got RGB yet?
I don't understand that either.
It's dumb.
Yeah. How come I actually have to play my games to get trophies? Why can't they just give me the trophies just for being here? I don't understand that either.
They got games that do that.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I play those games too.
Why don't the Super Smash Bros. Community wear deodorant?
There you go. That's one I'll never understand.
And I went into a couple weeks ago. I went into Side Deck and they were playing. There was a group of guys there playing Smash, and it smelled like
they just smashed
beehole.
They just emerged from the basement.
So is Side Deck? Is Side Deck kind of like Side Ho?
It smelled like Side Dick in that place.
That's what I was thinking. Like Side Dick, yeah. There it is, Side Dick.
That's bad.
So just PSA.
I was like from under cheese in there.
PSA, remember to wash the side of your pee-pee. So they don't.
Yep.
Just the
I
side.
was actually talking to one of the old managers Ready to Play about how bad that place stunk, and he legitimately told me that they used to have like on Friday nights. Friday nights are usually dedicated to Magic, Friday Night Magic, F&M, and so like they would have Yu-Gi-Oh players come in to try to play, and he said he literally had to kick some out one time because they smelled so bad. He's like, guys,
don't bring Yu-Gi-Oh into it, man. Come on.
Wow.
Yo, Yu-Gi-Oh crowd's bad. Yu-Gi-Oh crowd's bad, man.
That's bad when like the Magic community shuns the Yu-Gi-Oh community because they're pits and their butts.
See, that's what I don't understand. That's what I don't understand.
Because generally you're spending more money on Magic than you are Yu-Gi-Oh, so you can afford things like deodorant, toothpaste.
Yeah. So Magic players should stink more than Yu-Gi-Oh players, right?
Oh, because of the lack of... Oh.
I think he got you there. It's a bit of a conundrum.
Well, checkmate, Simple Josh.
I got one for you. I just don't understand how a grown man can smell like butthole to begin with.
I don't know, man.
Well,
I mean,
we do have
sometimes, if you go a few days, it's like you got the gamer butt, but...
So I don't get the gamer butt because I wash my gamer butt sometimes twice a day.
Sometimes twice a day. If I have extra activities, 3 times a day.
If you're sick, like that's a big one. Like when you're real bad sick, then all you can do is just kind of sit there in your filth,
dude,
and watch Tiger King and play Sims.
Speaking of, man,
like
I was telling Tanner today and yesterday, man, I got like a rotisserie chicken from Costco the other night. Junk gave me food poison. I've had the worst diarrhea I have had in my life. Like when I messaged you guys earlier, that was because I was still dying. I was like, oh my God, my freaking poor butthole.
So
I thought you were kidding in the beginning of this.
No. He comes up to me yesterday about 9 o'clock. He's like, dude, I have pooped 4 times already. And it's just been straight liquid. I was like, oh my god.
At that point, it's just raw crack, dude.
Yeah.
Like straight raw.
And that was like, I ended up going like 13 times yesterday.
What?
Those are the worst because you can't fart. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you have to.
Just
You're
straight
always
deuce.
living on the edge. You're always living on the edge. So like when you go to fart, like you feel it coming, and you have to like close up real fast. You know, like a worst case scenario. Yeah, worst case scenario, you might poop your butt, not your pants, but your butt, and it'll just be kind of like in a limbo between the beehole and the
So you know when you're a kid and you put paint in the middle of paper and you close it and open it up and it makes like a butterfly. That's exactly what a little bit of a sharp splat does in the middle of the cheeks.
You got butterfly butt cheeks.
It's like a shat. Butt cheek. Shat butt cheek.
A butterfly
like
butt
a Rorschach
cheeks.
where you go to the psychologist and they're like, "What do you see?" I'm pretty sure that's Dookie on a piece of paper.
Oh yes,
I see my hopes and dreams crumbling before me. Is what I see.
Rorschach's journal, April 23rd. I crap my pants.
It's funny because I actually have friends, some on this show now that shart monthly.
Guilty.
2 friends that shart monthly.
It's like a thing.
One's
It's like,
Darrell and one's Derek.
gotta hit.
I'll never forget.
Gotta hit my quota.
I'll never forget the time we were all lighting our farts on fire and Darrell crapped his pants. He was so confident. He jumps on the floor, gets the lighter, and goes to light his fart, and jumps up immediately. He's like, "Oh, I crapped my pants." He disappears in the bedroom. Sure enough, he comes out holding it up. His streak.
Yeah, I do what I can.
Oh man,
I aim to please. All
You
right,
guys are welcome.
that was great. I love that.
podcast goal, baby.
I kind of got to poop now.
Then conjured the demon.
Don't make any butterflies, okay?
Our cycles have aligned.
Too late.
Our cycles.
All right, fellas.
We're the Loot Bros. We'll see you
forgot
later.
Yeah, that's it. Bye, y'all. Dump Liquor asks, with everything shutting down more and more day by day, what games are we looking to knock out during our time in quarantine? Pick 3 games that you vow to complete or sacrifice yourselves to the virus.
Let's see. I'll go first. So the 3 that I have sitting right here on my desk that I am just adamant about beating is Devil May Cry 5, Bayonetta, and I've got Ghost Recon Breakpoint because I actually tried to start playing that with a listener the other morning, and we missed each other by 30 minutes to an hour.
I heard the game was kind of bad.
I heard it released kind of bad, but from what I understand now, it's been patched and fixed, and they got Sam Fisher. Right now, there's like an event going on. It's like Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell and a Terminator. So I don't see how you can have those things in a game and it not be good.
I mean,
Didn't I see where they had the guy who played the Punisher, John Bernthal or whatever? Isn't he like a DLC in that game or something?
Yeah.
No, he's the
pretty
bad
awesome.
guy. The entire game. He
That's
was
awesome,
a DLC
dude.
for the last one.
Okay.
Yep. I never finished the last one either, so I need to do that one.
I finished it twice.
What was it?
Trying
Ghost
to remember
Recon
now.
Wildlands?
Wildlands.
Wildlands. That was pretty fun. I played a little bit of that one.
Yeah, I think me, you, and Darrell tried to take on the Predator.
Yeah.
It did not work.
Pretty terrible about it. I liked it.
Y'all got wrecked.
Dude, that Predator's hard as freak.
I think I was the only person that was actually leveled up, right? And Josh just joined in, and then Darrell had been playing for like an hour or two before that.
Yep.
And we had a great idea of like, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Yep, we tried. We failed.
Yeah, I'd say for me, maybe Devil May Cry 5, I want to jump back into Nino Kuni and beat that. And what else do I even have pending right now? Oh, Doom 3. I want to beat Doom 3. I haven't played that game in forever. I just recently re-downloaded it. So
Yeah, I'm playing
Or
it. I'm playing through it.
downloaded it on my PS4, replaying it because I
Yeah.
played it years ago on the PC.
I'm playing it right now, but I'm like stuck. I don't know what I did, but I'm like lost in the Delta Labs. I've turned it on twice now and not been able to remember where I'm at or what I'm doing. And then I've bounced. Like, I'll figure it out later. I might play that tonight when we get off the show.
Yeah, good. Well, I got Spider-Man I'm working on now. And I'm probably going to do Metro Exodus. Just finally get that out of the way. And probably The Surge 2.
Dude, I want to try that too.
Because it's on Game Pass, and I'm like, why not? So, thank you for just dumping on my idea.
Speaking of adult liquor.
Yep. Next question.
Zach Ledford asks, you win a contest to get any one game ported to your favorite handheld gaming device. What game do you have ported over and why?
Ooh. I'm going to go Resident Evil 5 to the Vita. Just because Resident Evil 5 is like one of those games that I can get in there and play mercenary mode and just, that's like a turn your brain off, like have a good time. I love that game. And the Vita is always with me. It's always in my bag. I play my Vita all the time. And I always wanted a good Resident Evil game on the Vita. And we got like Resident Evil Revelations 2, but that port, the frame rate is so bad in that port that I don't enjoy playing it. So I win a contest, Resident Evil 5 with good frame rate on the Vita.
I don't know. Maybe the ability to give the, just in general, it's probably cheating, but this is just in general, like giving the PS4 the mobile treatment, like the Switch, to be able to just take your games on the go. That's cheating, I know, but I don't know. That's a tough one. I can't pick like one single game right now I'd want to port over, just because, you know, unless we're talking like Switch exclusives, there's nothing I really want to. I don't know. I'd just play most of my games at home anyway. So, Levi Thomas asks in our Facebook group, you could too. Go to facebook.com, go to the search bar, type in Loot Bros Podcast. It is a closed group. Ask nicely, let you in. He asked, this question is for Darrell. What do you think the two games will be? They come from the Remedy and Epic partnership that was just announced. I'm hoping for Alan Wake 2 and Control 2.
I think Alan Wake 2 and Control 2 is a little too easy, a little too on the nose. I actually am hoping that they're going to re-release Quantum Break across all platforms, Alan Wake across all platforms, because a lot of the rumors are that Remedy retained the rights to their IP so they can re-release them in collections and remasters. So I'm hoping that that's the case. I think that a Control 2 is a given. I do think there's going to be an Alan Wake sequel, but I think they're going to do one of the two of those, and then they're going to do a new IP. I don't know what the new IP is going to be, but it's going to be weird because Remedy makes some weird effing games, and they make some good effing games. So, yeah, I'm going to go a weird one and then a sequel.
Two dragons.
I like weird. I'm down.
If you like weird, then you need to play Control, man. That game's amazing.
Yeah, it's on my list. It's on my list. I definitely want to check it out. I kind of want to get. I want to get Resident Evil 3 first. I want to beat Devil May Cry 5, get Resident Evil 3, and then we'll see. We'll go from there. So there's gonna be a lot of games coming out this year. If everyone's alive to play them.
Right.
Probably not.
So,
Probably not.
our good friend C.J. Anderson, cool guy. Check him out. Go to his YouTube channel, Aussie Man Reviews. He puts out some good videos. Now, C.J. Anderson asks, greetings and salutations, Loot Bros. As host of a popular PlayStation podcast, have you thought about developing your own game with an obnoxious amount of boring text occasionally, punctuated with short snippets of gameplay? Seems there's a little shade thrown there.
He's talking about Twin Breaker.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, if we had a Loot Bros video game, that would be freaking
Dude.
awesome.
It'd just be us talking about
no,
farts.
it would be
No.
it would be me, it would be Frosty, it would be Tanner until about 8 o'clock, and then Josh would never show up.
I'd be a floating ghost. I'd be a floating ghost, like, behind everybody.
Yeah. Maybe like
Josh.
Luigi's Mansion where we're chasing you down, trying to suck you into a vacuum cleaner.
Leave it to Frosty, I'm
Yeah.
gonna chase you around and suck you.
Mm.
You freaking... That's the second symptom of the coronavirus.
Compulsive
Can't escape me.
suckage.
Yeah, impulsive suckage.
So I would love to have a game, dude. I would love to make a game. I would say let's collaborate and make a game in Dreams first, and then make a real.
Dude, that'd be fun.
But y'all have to get Dreams, and then you have to commit to making a game.
We have to be...
So,
You know the...
is that game everything
the
you've
characters...
dreamed of? Is it the game of your dreams? Does it make your wiener hard? I don't know how that works.
Yeah. Dreams is cool. I don't know. I haven't spent all the time with the tutorials and stuff, so I've been doing too much other stuff.
Just who does tutorials, right?
Well, I do.
Tutorials are for lames.
This is why you'll never learn how to play the game.
This is why he's
That
like,
game looks wild,
this
man.
game sucks. I'm going back to Call of Duty.
I saw where somebody had
Exactly.
basically redid the entire gameplay trailer of Ghost of Tsushima
Yep.
using dreams. Like, that was insane. That looked pretty cool.
It's pretty wild, dude. You can do a lot of cool stuff. And it's got a full-blown music engine in there, and that's where I really want to spend my time. So, but
Bringing the loot to life.
yeah, essentially. So, I don't know. Me and my daughter started messing around in there. We started building a world, but we haven't finished it yet. One
pretty
day.
awesome.
They're saying that they're trying to come up with a way for you to be able to monetize your games in Dreams. So, essentially they're calling it the YouTube for video games, because you just kind of jump in and play games opposed to watch stuff on YouTube. And then the idea will be to be able to monetize and sell your games on, like Unity and things like that. Like be able to export your game into another game engine and publish your game. So
That'd be so cool.
it really is like a game engine. I mean, like that's exactly what it is. So if you wanted to learn how to make a game, now's the time, and you can play it on your PlayStation. And it's really smooth. I mean, it's really cool. Like I said, I've played it. I got a couple hours into it, but it's something that me and my daughter do when we have time, and there just has not been a lot of time to go around.
So we'd have to basically make up a concept for this video game and then spend some time on the quarantine in the Dreams lab.
Yeah, and the thing is, this is like you start a project, and you can collaborate, right? So like I could do a little bit on my end and then just upload it, and then you can do a little bit on your end. I mean, we could all the entire community can make a game with us as long as you had Dreams. It's only like $30, $40, something like that.
Let's do a Loot Bros video game. That'd be fun.
I mean, I've already started it, so I'm waiting on y'all.
We just have to have a good concept. No, we don't.
All right. Picture it. Giant purple dildo bats.
Already been done, man.
Giving everybody the dildo virus.
Think you're onto something. Oh, here we go. We'll call it the Penetrator.
I like it.
The trilogy.
So yeah. All right. That's all I got. I'm out of ideas.
Let's get out. Yeah, it's good.
We should make a platform where it's just all of us running and jumping and trying to collect good ideas for our game.
Dude, that's a good idea. We
That's
can
a
make
good-
that happen.
That actually is a
Instead
good
of
idea.
coins, we're trying to get ideas.
It's like us, but people could play as us doing like parkour, trying to find ideas of buildings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea. We'll collect question marks.
Mm-hmm.
See? Gold. Right there. We already figured it out.
Gold.
Done. That was the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. Next.
Or
Next
the
game.
concept is in the beginning you shart your pants and you have to run through a maze to get to your house to change your drawers out.
So what if
I mean,
what if all
like
of your
the-
momentum and your XP and your big build up to get your big special is instead of it being like a big superpower that you like a finisher or something, you do all this build up, you hit your combination of buttons, and then you just shart. It doesn't really do anything. It just makes a mess.
It zooms in on your butt, like it builds up with the music. The music's at the peak, and then it is dead silence. It zooms in on your butt, and you just shart.
Yep.
I love it.
IGN would love this game.
4 out of 10, not enough shart.
Not enough. Or too much.
This game is politically
We might.
motivated, and we don't agree with it. They shart all over the place.
The Dookie
Rotten
represents
Tomatoes.
Trump.
10 out of 10.
Get out of here.
And the pants is America.
These Loot Bros, they got a good game concept. It's huge.
Jeez.
Huge. Next question. Actually, that's these for the questions. Move on to the part.
Next question.
Yep, time to move on to
Next
the plot.
question.
So we're going to do things a little different this week on the Loot Bros podcast. We have an interview with a fellow podcaster that I'm going to attach to the end of the show, and then later on in the week, we will release this week's official topic as a standalone episode because it ran a little long. It was a little over an hour, and it was a blast to do. It was really fun. Me and the guys had a ton of laughs. And so we wanted to just kind of break this apart, and we're going to split this week's episode into 2 individual episodes. We hope that you like it. I want you guys to give us some feedback. Go to the Facebook group, leave us some comments. We really want to know what you think about the way we've been doing things, and if you like these really meaty, longer, more discussion-based topics. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loot Bros podcast. I'm your host, Residentdarrell, and I have a very special guest with me tonight. We're going to do something a little different, a little exciting. We're going to have a bit of an interview to add to our show this week. I have with me the host of the Father's Truth podcast. Did I say that right?
You did indeed.
Father's Truth. All right. And this is Alan. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, Daryl. How about you?
I'm good, man. Considering the worldwide pandemic we're all experiencing right now, I am as good as you could possibly be. How are things on your end? Is it crazy? I know we talked before the show, like you guys are in like a bit of a lockdown, just like we are, like a stay-at-home kind of order.
Yeah, so we went into, well, technically we go into lockdown tonight at 12 a.m., 12:01 a.m. to be precise. And I'm up in Montana. So the big thing that I've been seeing is it's pretty much what everybody else has been seeing. There's no toilet paper to be found anywhere around me. In fact, I went out shopping yesterday to get some supplies. I went to 5 different stores. The only thing I could find was a pack of 2 paper towels. No toilet paper anywhere. But other than that, it's kind of the same thing that we've been experiencing for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's crazy here. We did a little bit on our show, the Loot Bros podcast, just last week. We kind of called it the Great Toilet Paper Shortage. But I went to 5 or 6 stores myself, and it was nowhere. And I really took everything. I kind of didn't really take everything serious. And I was like, yeah, I'll get toilet paper. No big deal. My wife and my family and I were out of town. And I was like, I'll get it when we get back. No big deal. Got home. There's 5 of us. There's 1 roll of toilet paper. I go to 6 stores, nothing. I was like, wow, this is a whole lot more serious than I expected.
Yeah,
but we
it's
actually found
pretty
some.
crazy.
We are safe. All of our bottoms are clean. And
Yeah, and that's
But,
what
all right.
matters.
So the reason why I have you here is because we are both a part of a couple podcast groups, and I've been in there networking and conversating with a lot of guys. And somehow you and I got on a conversation of an ad swap, like let's push each other's shows at the beginning of our podcast. And rather than just me send a random ad of various podcasts before my show, I wanted to reach out to you. I wanted to reach out to a handful of different guests and let's talk. Let's have a short conversation. Let's kind of see where we're at in life, what's going on the different shows, and I want to give you the opportunity to share with everybody what your podcast is about. Because I listened to a few episodes, and I got to say it's very interesting. And I've never. You're the first podcast like yours that I've come across. So why don't you tell everybody, say what you do and what your show's about.
Okay. So my show is The Father's Truth. And basically what it is I interview fathers from not only around the country, but around the world who are fighting to be a part of their child's life. Now, how I got to that is I'm a single dad. I'm raising my 9-year-old son by myself. I'm what's called a 10%er. And basically what that is 10% of men who go into the family court system and represent themselves it's called pro se, walk out of court with full custody of their child. I was one of those lucky few. I started a movement called Fathers' Lives Matter when I first started down this road to get custody of my son, where basically how it evolved is I went to family court for the first time, not knowing what to expect. I had a high price lawyer, the whole 9 yards. I walked into family court and I got my butt kicked. And I walked out of family court not having a clue what just happened. I mean, I was just absolutely aghast at how everything transpired. So I got on the internet and I started looking around, looking for help for fathers that are involved in custody disputes. I couldn't find anything for dads out there. Now, had I been a mother that was fighting for custody, there's everything under the sun. I mean, everything you can imagine for custody situations, assistance, there's something. For dads, there's nothing. So I started the Fathers' Lives Matter, and I started it primarily to bring my situation to light. And as it progressed, and I went through the process, I learned family law in 2 different states in order to represent myself. Once my fight was done and I had walked out of court with custody of my son, I had this moment where I had to decide what I was going to do with this page. I have almost 10,000 followers. I get over 100 messages every day on this page from fathers from around the world, needing help. And I could either shut the page down and go on with my life, or I could take my experience that I gathered from my time fighting for my son, and I could help these fathers. And so that's what I started doing. And then later on down the road, I wanted to do a podcast because I'm a huge podcast junkie. I listen to podcasts all the time at work, and I got to listen to these and I thought, I could do this and I could interview fathers and start bringing their stories to light. And so when I started, I was just doing it on Instagram Live. It's a really horrible setup. I don't recommend it. It's full of bugs and technical issues. But I progressed from there to an actual legitimate podcast. And I'm just about through with season 1 of The Father's Truth. And so that's how it progressed. And now, I bring these dads on. We talk about their situation. We talk about their stories, and I just let these guys talk. I'll ask them questions as the episode goes along, but usually an episode is about an hour to an hour and a half. And these guys just let everything go. They talk about, one, obviously fighting for their kids. They talk about how it's impacted their life from a social aspect, how it's impacted relationships with their children, relationships with others, their wives, girlfriends, whatever the case may be. And it's really jumped up in, what's the word I'm looking for here? Well, it's brought the father's fight to the forefront. And that's how it's kind of evolved.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic, man. Like I said, I listened to a couple episodes and I was like, man, this is interesting because my parents divorced when I was very young. 13 or so, and I remember my dad getting ready to fight for custody for me and my brother, and there was also my sister. And he went into it being advised right off the bat that's like, if you guys go in there and you don't play dirty, and bring up like the reasons why you guys are getting divorced, then you're not going to win. She's just going to take the kids and you're going to be stuck paying child support. And like my dad, I don't remember as much, maybe my memory of things aren't as clear as maybe they were at one point in time, but I just remember him, being very worried about that up until the point. So when I listened back to the show or listened to your shows, I was like, man, this is very interesting. And I listened to the most recent episode, and one of the guys had mentioned not having custody of his daughter, and then his daughter passing away to a battle of cancer. I was like, oh, that's heavy. That's super heavy. That was awful.
Yeah, that was Leon. That was Leon. He was the first legitimate podcast that I did, and his story was heartbreaking. I mean, I won't go into it, and you listen to it, but it's absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah, it really is. So, well, I like what you do. I think it's really cool. But you are on a video game podcast. So, in order to keep my listeners satiated and tuned in, I got to get down with the video games. All right. So, I know we had talked briefly, through Messenger. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. Some of them are going to be real simple. Some of them might be, might not be so simple. We'll see how it goes. But you said you're a bit of a gamer and you said your son plays games. So what are your favorite type of video games?
So both me and my son, we like action games. That's our big thing right now. We're playing Just Cause 4, War of Thunder. That's another big one. As I'm sitting here doing this right now, as I look over my shoulder at the TV, he's playing Minecraft. So we'll play Minecraft as well. We kind of hit just about all the major titles.
Heck yeah. So I guess it's safe to say you guys are playing some Fortnite and some Call of Duty, things like that?
Absolutely.
There you go. See, so I have you said you have a 9-year-old, right?
I do.
Yeah, so my oldest is 9. And so right now our big things are Fortnite, Call of Duty, and Monster Hunter. And we've been playing the absolute mess out of Call of Duty and Monster Hunter. But Fortnite, I'm not so big on. I'm not big on the building. It's a little beyond me. And we started off with Minecraft. That was kind of like the big thing for years. We played Minecraft every single day. I mean, that boy built so much stuff, and it is incredible what their little imaginations will go and do.
Oh, absolutely. My son is building he calls it New York. Basically, it's all these different areas, trains, planes, buildings, oceans, the whole 9 yards.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. All right. So I guess that answers my next question, because I was going to ask, what are you guys currently playing? So I'm going to deviate from that one and ask, what are you looking forward to for the rest of 2020?
Well, I got to be honest with you. I haven't really kept up with what games are coming out. I know that we've basically just been playing what we've got. And I think the next big one that we were looking at was, Xander, what was the name of that game?
Describe it.
The Demolition Derby.
Oh, Wreckfest.
Wreckfest. That's one that we've been looking at getting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got a friend of mine who likes some Wreckfest. So that's what's up. Awesome. Very cool. All right. Well, then I guess the main event of our conversation then is going to rest on, you told me at one point in time you were the Montana State Nintendo champion.
Yep.
So tell me about
that. That is correct. So when I was in 6th grade, late 80s, Nintendo had just came out, the first original NES. That was the big thing. Every weekend I was at a friend's house. We spent all weekend playing NES. We had a little country store that was probably a quarter mile from our house where we would go and rent these games. So the first year they had a qualifier at this store. You go sign up, play a game, get a chance to go on to state. So that first year we played, if I remember correctly, Ninja Gaiden. And I did horrible that first year. Okay.
Ooh, that's
so
a tough one.
Fast forward to the next year, it was Ninja Gaiden again. Well, in that time, I had boned up on Ninja Gaiden, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to sign up and do this again. So I signed up and I won. So I went to the state. It was in Missoula, Montana, which was like 2 hours away from me. And so one Saturday, I went down with the store owner and his family to play in the Montana State Nintendo Championships. Now, I had no clue what I was getting myself into. No clue whatsoever. So we get down there. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. We're at this store in Missoula. There's probably 200 or 300 kids from around the state that have shown up to battle for the Montana State Nintendo Championship. So they took all of our names and they put them into a jug and they drew names out to see what order you would go. Well, wouldn't you know it, they drew my name out first. I was like, oh man, okay. So
wow.
Yeah, so the game that we played was Top Gun 2. Okay, I had never played the original Top Gun. So they give you the instruction booklet. Do you remember back in the day, every game had an instruction booklet? I think it was 5 or 6 pages.
Oh yeah.
So you got 5 minutes to read the instruction booklet. Okay, so I read the instruction booklet and you played, and they did it obviously by points, how many points you scored. So I went through and I scored 122,000 points on this game, and you played for 5 or 10 minutes. I don't remember which. So I had to sit there the rest of the day while all these other kids played. Now, mind you, I'm like 11 or 12 years old. So by about an hour into this, I'm bored. I don't want to be there because we're just sitting in the back of this store, jam packed in there. And they've got in the storeroom is where they've got this TV set up with a Nintendo and everything. Well, come to find out, I won. And the next closest kid to me was 60,000 points, and he was like 8. And, I was amazed, number one. Number two, I was elated that I won this thing. So I got this plaque that, stated that, I was the Montana State Nintendo champion. I won a free pizza at Pizza Hut there in Missoula. And then the owner of the store I also won a Nintendo system with the gun and the whole 9 yards. I didn't, the funny thing to mention is at the time, I didn't even own even at the time, I didn't own an actual Nintendo system. So, I got my play experience from going to a friend's house, spending the night and playing on their Nintendo. So I won all this stuff. I got a free year of movie rentals, and that was the last year that they did it. So it was kind of a cool little accolade.
Oh, wow. So you retired a champion.
Yep. I retired undefeated as the Montana State Nintendo champion.
That is awesome. Awesome. Well, the closest thing I have to a story like that is my local video store when I was a kid had a coloring contest for when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original film, came out. And you had to color the Ninja Turtles and some pizza to win the copy of that movie on VHS. And I just remember not having all the correct colors in my crayon set. And I was absolutely distraught. And my parents couldn't care less. So I colored my Ninja Turtles with various tropical variations of the colors, not the actual colors that they were supposed to be. And I lost. So that's my story.
But you gave it your best though, right?
I sure did. That was the best. That was the best tropical Ninja Turtles you ever saw in your life. I guarantee you that.
Well, then that's all that matters, man. If you did your best, hey.
Awesome. Well, Alan, I greatly appreciate you spending a couple minutes with me talking. Like I said, if you're listening to the show, I'm going to put a link to Alan's show in our show notes. That is The Father's Truth. If you are listening and you're interested in it, I've listened to the show. I think it's great. Very unique. Very awesome. Alan, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for getting on here, talking about your show, talking about games, telling us about how you are the greatest Nintendo player in all of the uncontested Nintendo champion in all of Montana.
Thank you. And thank you for having me on and giving me a chance to tell you about my show. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Very cool. So, Alan, do you have anything else you want to plug? Any kind of social media feeds for your show? I know you're an Anchor, Spotify, I'm assuming iTunes, all that kind of stuff.
Yep, all that stuff. And you can actually go to Instagram.com, Fathers Lives Matter. If you want to get a hold of me, if you got something that you want to talk about in regards to custody, that's the easiest way to get a hold of me.
Well, like I said, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you so much to all the listeners. If you don't mind going, rating, reviewing, subscribing, checking out all of our shows, checking out Alan's show, leaving some feedback. Let me know what you think about pulling other podcasters on and having interviews and talking games, talking shop, talking other shows, show swapping, all those things. Like I said, we're into the feedback. So respond to us, go to the Facebook group, shoot us something on the email, the lootbrospodcast@gmail.com. We've got a Twitter, Loot Bros Podcast. I believe Josh runs our Instagram, Loot Bros Podcast. And we also have a YouTube where we've been taking the audio from our shows and putting it on YouTube. So if you're a YouTuber, there you go. There's a place to follow us, subscribe. And please, please, please do not forget, we will be doing a live stream April 18th. We are all under a shelter-in-place order now, so these things are changing. So I don't know where we stand on the fundraiser for March of Dimes, but regardless, on April 18th, whether we can all be in the same facility or not, we'll be doing some streaming. We might be streaming from home. We might have to postpone this big event and make it a bigger deal later on down the road, but we're at least going to save that date, April 18th, and do some form of streaming like we promised, because we've been putting out ads on other podcasts and social media forums, and it's one of those things now where it's been out in the wild for so long. I don't know that we could change it too much. So regardless, April 18th, we're doing some streaming, whether it's the big deal or not. Maybe it could be a little warm up. So either way, thank you so much for listening, and stay tuned later in the week for the rest of this week's Loot Bros podcast.